Greetings in love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadija Davis-Foulks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. Taking those deep breaths, family. It's a live show for a moment. I wanted to come back and see how I could take the vibrations with the earphones on. I'm doing a live show. I don't know how long I can go. But thank you for coming to dance and breathe with me today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to the rebroadcast shows on the YouTube channel, K Davis F. And taking the time to tune into yourself. Moving that body makes you feel real good. Taking those deep breaths while you're doing it. So much love for the lymphatic system, family. Thank you so much for coming aboard this friendship train. Taking this ride with me. 4/28/2021. You gotta love yourself. You gotta honor yourself. You gotta trust in yourself. Feel that you are worthy. Don't let nothing what's going on in the world take you away from yourself. Life is a state of consciousness. And when you love yourself, let the body turn you away from loving yourself and saying you're too selfish. It's not selfish to love yourself. You can do your deep breathing on the song like we do. Get on trampoline and you can exercise. Work that lymphatic system. Purification in the body. Search within. Reach deep down that tree. That's right. You got to love yourself. You gotta get it on. Don't fall out of love with yourself. Don't give your power to no one else. You gotta love yourself, family. Oh, it's so wonderful to be back doing a live broadcast show. I won't lie to you. These earphones are really kicking me. The energy vibration has been so high, and I've just been around the computer so much today. I really thought it was going to be great after doing last week's show, even though I pre-recorded it, and the earphone vibration wasn't that strong, but for some reason today, I could put it on the moon, what's going on in the atmosphere, but that's just where I'm at right now. I can actually feel my vibrations. That's a blessing from this stroke. I mean, to be able to see vibrations, to be able to hear vibrations, but now I'm feeling them all the time. So yeah, it's the same conversation. I'm feeling the vibrations from the stroke, but I wanted to come on live at least one time this month, even though it's going to be 2 times when we do the Emancipation Program Friday. But I just wanted to come back live, and I want to thank you all that has been promoting this month as Conscious Self Healthcare and Lymphatic Cellular Wellness Month, and April 30th being Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day. This month is the opportunity where you can honor yourself, those that have been taking care of themselves holistically, naturally, energetically, understanding the vibration of the human body as well as the energetic body, and how to better take care of ourselves from the old paradigm in healthcare. So once again, I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. Today is April 28th, 2021, and this is a semi-live broadcast show. Because I wanted to be able to invite you all personally to come join us for this year panel radio show, April 30th at 4 p.m. We're going to have a great time. Great people on the panel that's going to be sharing some information with you that's going to help you shift out of chronic disease, cure stress, put some of your fears aside, step up to quantum health and healing, but more importantly, to become your own wellness doctor. And it's not complicated as the medical professionals want you to think. Because we know now that doctors are no longer just doctors giving you the true information. They work for these corporations, these companies under the title of healthcare, and they have a protocol to follow. They have to do what they have to do based on what they tell them to do. And they can't really give you the true information that they need because of their job, surgeries and other things like that. And sometimes your body just needs a rest. Your organs just need a rest. We just need to drain that pond. We need to get all that excess fluid and excess sodium out, like I'm doing from the stroke. Removing that stuff, allowing our lymphatic system to do the job. And part of that is deep breathing. We basically been shadow breathers most of our lives. We never really took a deep breath unless we was taking a class to take a deep breath. But deep breathing is so good for you. And that's why when we in those situations, people say, slow down, calm down, just take a deep breath. Powering up that lymphatic system. Because we all know there's more lymphatic vessels in the body than there is blood vessels. And that's for a reason. This is how you get to honor yourself as a human. This is how you get to connect yourself as an energetic being. The power of the breath. My body's telling me to calm down. The vibrations are slowing down. They're not as strong. And I do appreciate that. So thank you for coming aboard the Friendship Train. Y'all all know it's a Harriet Tubman's ride. There's no ride like a Harriet Tubman's ride to healthcare freedom. Shift out of that chronic disease, care, stress state and become your own wellness doctor. And you can become your own wellness doctor. Once they give you the medical name and tell you what they think is going on with you and got you all out of whack and everything, you can sit down and you can relax and you can look at the organs and the systems that are involved in it. You can ask yourself how you've been treating yourself, what you've been doing, what you've not been doing. And then you can start self-correcting. And when you self-correct and things start adjust, then you know you have the power in becoming your own wellness doctor and not getting caught up on the names of diseases. Remember, they're just a location to tell you what's going on and what systems are in effect, having an effect on your body. So you either lengthicizing or you sitting back like I am right now, sitting back, calming my body down just so I can have this conversation with you, to share with you about what's coming up. But before I do that, I guess I was led to pick this sheet up that's in front of me, advice from Maria Sabrina, a Mexican healer and a poet. Since this is Poetry Month as well, I'm going to share a poem with you today that's going to go along with last week's show. But Sister Maria, what she had to say to us, I like. Take a deep breath with me, family. Heal yourself with the light of the sun and the rays of the moon, with the sound of the river and the waterfall, with the swaying of the sea and the fluttering of the birds. Heal yourself with mint, neem, and eucalyptus. Sweeten it with lavender, rosemary, and chamomile. Hug yourself with the cocoa bean and a hint of cinnamon. Put love in your tea instead of sugar and drink it, looking at the stars. Heal yourself with kisses and the wind gives you and the hugs of the rain. Stand strong with your bare feet on the ground, in the dirt, in the sand, and with everything that comes from it. Be smarter every day by listening to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. It's telling you something different that you never heard before. And you're wondering. Don't wonder. Trust that inner vibration. Trust your intuition. Looking at the world with your forehead. You may want to jump, dance, sing, so that you live happier. She says, heal yourself with the beautiful love. And always remember, family, community, and friends, what I shared with you is always remember that you are your medicine. You are what you need. Your body and your cells respond to your communication. Frequency and vibration moves energy. And that's why we know love. Love. It's the power that brings our entire life together. It heals, renews, restores, and empowers. It empowers me with divine energy and life. When I think on the word love, that's why I love that song. I'm in love with myself. Because those words, the vibration, the frequency from them, if you say it with its true meaning, you can feel it within your soul. There's a different love for another person. But we're talking about the love of energy, the love of who you are, loving yourself and your own vibration during this time, and trusting yourself. We all have been made anew. Everything that we thought was important in life shifted over 12, 18 months ago. And you found yourself in a different place. You had to look at life differently. Some of us got into anxiety states and fearful states. And all those states are good states because we are supposed to recognize them, process them, look at them to better ourselves so we can better our community and everyone else around. And that's why love is the power that brings my entire life together. It heals, renews, restores, and empowers me with divine energy and life. I'm love in action. I am a master of positive self-expression. And we are all here to be givers and receivers of love. And know, yes, Reverend Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks says, God did not create religion, man did. It's not about that. It's about how we vibrate. It's about the frequencies that we put out. It's how we work together and understanding how to be. Self-love heals the deepest wounds. It nourishes the energetic being. When you vibrate on those words and you bring them into your heart, that heart vibration that creates that field of energy that surrounds you, that connects you with the frequency and the vibrations of life. It makes you whole. You don't want to run away from it. Nothing binds you except your thoughts. Nothing limits you except your fears. Nothing controls you except your beliefs. And nothing heals you except your consciousness. And that's why on this show we're always talking about a state of consciousness. When things are not in balance with your life, you got to ask yourself, what state of consciousness am I in? What have I been doing to get myself here? Only I can pull myself back into a peaceful state, a peaceful place, and processing everything that I've been going through. And like I talked about last week, sisters been going through some things and brothers been going through some things, and a lot of things have been revealed that we didn't know that it was that way. But it was a time for purification for us all. I'm not even going to look at it on the other side of what Western medicine tried to do or what they think they were doing. It was a time for everybody to purge, to go within, to look at themselves, to bring balance and harmony and peace into their own life. Take a deep breath with me. Keep activating that lymphatic system, helping it to purify itself and to do its job. That's your best purification system. And the only medicine that it needs is your deep breathing. And when you put that state of consciousness to it, miracles happen in your life. Miracles happen in your body. Like Baba Tim Morrow said of Common Sense Herbs and Common Sense University, he's an ancestor now, but his energy is so strong. And that's why I'm going to always repeat his saying, growing old does not make you sick. Growing old does not make you sick. It's growing sick that makes us old. It's growing sick. When we have these cellular malfunctions, and then we get caught up in the names that they give us. And they say, oh, you got to do this now. You got to do that now. No. We learn how to purify the body. We learn how to get that excess fluid and excess sodium out. And we know that the universal frequencies of life that formed us into being gave that to us with the breath of life, how we can take care of ourselves. Organs and cells can't go bad unless they're in a flooded state. And if you remove that flood, remove that excess fluid, it receives the nourishment, it receives the oxygen. It's oxygen, pumps are your cells. Oxygen plus pumps equals electricity. Electricity is power, energetic power that we need to move around in this animated body to do the things that we need to do. Yes, it's a trying time. They want it to be a trying time. They tried their best. And yes, I'm being selective in the words that I choose now because YouTube notified me they was taking the show down because I used the other word too often. So that means that now I'm being monitored. So I have to be careful of the words I use or they'll pull shows down. And they might not let me put shows up. And my goal is to assist everyone with being their own wellness doctor. And this is the best time to learn, to understand how the body functions energetically and physically and what we need to do to maintain wellness. And people say, well, this worked for me. And somebody say, well, this didn't work for me. And I tried that and that worked a little bit, but that didn't work for me. And what's different? Your state of consciousness, how you think about what you're doing, how you apply what you're doing. You got to feel it. Remember, family, community, and friends, feelings get the blessings. Feelings make things activate. That's why you have to be careful of how you feel and the things you say and how you let people get to you. Those feelings bring about a vibration. They bring about energy that must be experienced. So you recognize things and you don't hold on to them that's not good for you. We're going to go through some things and everybody's learning a lot about people that they didn't know before and about themselves. So self-love, self-care, self-worth, all wrapped in self-assurance. That's self-love, that's self-care. You have to honor it. You have to take care of yourself first, and you're better able to work with everyone else. Doctors are no longer called doctors. Again, they are called providers. We've got to wake up and become our own wellness doctor. And that's why 11, 12 years ago, when energetic frequency came through, And I kept hearing these words, and I didn't know what they were saying. And it said, emancipate yourself. I'm saying, oh, emancipate yourself from emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Oh, that's Bob Marley. Bob Marley, I love that. And it's like Bob Marley heard me say, yeah, but I forgot to tell everybody from medical mental slavery too. Mentally, you have to clean up everything. You have to become more aware. You have to be more clear. You have to be more poignant. But you can't get caught up in the medical industry. So emancipate yourself from medical mental slavery. Things have changed. Processes have changed. Options have changed. They tried to bury quantum physics I don't know how many years ago. But it's all back around to it. And everything is energy. And that's why now you can wear these devices and you can check everything. Your heart rate, your blood pressure rate, what's going on with this, what's going on with that. You can walk in and put yourself in a machine and it'll scan you all the way down and you ain't got to never see a nurse or a doctor. Tell them everything. You have to understand the frequency and vibration that you are and how you realign or disalign yourself with the human being that we are. Sit back. Take our deep breaths. Tune into ourselves. Second part of the show is pre-recorded. Play some music for you. A special talk from Reverend Ike. Y'all know what Reverend Ike is to me. He's been in my life for a long time, since the age of 8. One of the reasons why I became a minister. To share with people how to be the best person they can be for themselves. And like I said, people are going through a lot. And as I told you last week, let's try some post-traumatic growth. PTG, not PSD. PTG refers to positive psychological change experienced as a result of adversity and or challenges to rise to a higher level of functioning. Overcoming trauma can lead to radical growth. Just imagine a pathway that leads from the trauma to increase personal strength, self-confidence, self-care, self-love, and self-determination. You see, there is a straight pathway. It starts at the heart. It doesn't need a thought. It makes the right choices from the start. So family, community, don't second guess yourself during this time. It's time to realign yourself. Some of us just may need to return to love. When you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong. When you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong. Search inside your soul. There is an answer. Cast your fears aside. You know you can survive. Simple, baby. By the renewing of your mind. So hold on in time. You will find a way to free yourself in enough time. You will finally see the truth that lives inside of you when you return to love. Find it in your heart to take you there again. That place when you were free to see things from the inside. That intuition from the all-knowing mind. I say feel it within your heart and you will know you are there. A return to love. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong. Take a moment. Be still. Search your soul. You just may need to return to love. It's as simple as that. Don't compare yourself to no one other than yourself. And see what you need to support yourself. I'm Reverend Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. Sharing information with you to empower you to become your own wellness doctor. There's so many ways for you to determine what's going on with your body. That's why I love the Nest Health Wellness System. And that's why I offer it to you. And that's why now, because of what's going on, we're able to give unlimited amounts of free scans to individual. So you can see what's going on not only with the energetic body, but also the physical body. just got a note from my system that says it's getting ready to shut down, and I don't know why. But I'm so glad we got a recording coming up, just in case it does happen. I don't know what the problem is, but it's giving me a notice. And I may shut off Jamal. So, you can go ahead and continue with the recorded show. If I could cut off. But again, Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day in April 30th. Conscious Self-Healthcare and Lymphatic Cellular Month. It's the 11th anniversary. Coming up with a website. I'm going to go back and put all 11 years. We used to do a celebration live. I want to put those up this year and put things out there to culminate this 11th year, because we didn't get to celebrate the 10th year like I wanted to because of what? 2020 was a year of the pandemic, and everything shifted for us, except for me. I've been trying to tell people what I've been telling them for a long time. We're in alignment now. It's true how we need to look at ourselves and what the way they want us to believe. Anytime somebody want to tell you that the air is your enemy, you need to sit back and take a deep breath and say, whoa, wait a minute, how can that be? How can that be? Nature doesn't purify itself? Whew, Lord, man can't purify itself? I got to look at something else. But family, community, and friends, I just want to say I'm loving my journey. I'm loving the point I am in my life. How the cellular malfunction has brought me closer to letting people understand how to better take care of your body and where we are right now. I'm feeling the energy of Mama Nia Kaumba from Washington, D.C. area. I really want to talk about her, but the vibrations is just keeping me in such a tearful state. It's tears of sadness and tears of joy. But she's a person that I love talking to. It's not too many women that I've been able to share with. And she was one person I was able to do that with. And when I came into the community over 19 years ago, I believe, with Nest Health Wellness System, she was one of the first people to allow me to scan her and give her a better look at her body from a quantum level and say, baby, go on and do the things that you're doing. Everything is going to be great. We got to support one another. We got to help one another. We got to stand with one another, without allowing anybody to do any hurt and harm to anyone else. We got to be truthful with each other. Men to men, women to women, men to women, and women to men. Parents to their children. They're trying to speak to you, and you need to listen and allow them to talk. So the vibrations have slowed down a little bit, and I'm thankful for that. So like I said, we got about, I think it's like 30 minutes. We got some music we're going to listen to. I was moved to listen to India Ari this week, and that's our music for today. Her songs to help inspire us to be more in tune to ourselves. And then we're going to have a special 12-minute talk from Reverend Ike that's going to close out the show. And again, I invite you to join us on April 30th at 4 p.m. right here on Interlight Radio, the Healing Frequency, and listen to the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day panel radio show. I'm sure it's going to bring you some information that's going to inspire you to become your own wellness doctor, to learn a little bit more of anatomy and physiology, to study a little bit more about quantum health and healing, and definitely learn about the lymphatic system. And we're not just talking about lymph nodes they want to cut out. You got to understand why they want to cut those lymph nodes out, why they want to shut down the immune system and only want to talk about that, why they got rid of all the lymphologists around the world and then shut down your immune system with their medications. You got the power. Each individual has the power to shift things, but it's according to your states of consciousness. So sit back, listen to the commercials. It'll go into the music. We're going to remind you what this month is. And for all those who share this month, what this time is all about with the community, I thank you. My website, CONSCIOUSELFCARE.com. Conscious Self-Care, 1S, connects conscious and self The shorter version is the number 4, For Sale Life, CELLLIFE.com. Everything I do is for the life of the sale. That's who we are, a big battery. Take the time to tune into yourself, sit back and relax. Whenever you're feeling stressed and whenever you're feeling out of sorts, just go somewhere, sit down. If you're working, go in the bathroom, sit down, take a deep breath, and stay tuned into yourself, family, and honor yourself. And don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Be your own wellness doctor. So we're going to listen to some commercials. I probably won't make it back, but thank you for tuning in. And please visit the website, the YouTube channel, K Davis F. Connect with me, 202-248-7749. I'll be glad to speak with you. Do that voice scan right from your cell phone, right from your computer. You get so much free quantum information when you click on that link on my website. Step up to the future in healthcare. Thank you, family. We're going to listen to the commercials.
Let's help one another. All of my sisters and brothers.
Do you feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit the website forselllife.com, the number 4, CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation, 202-248-7749. Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease? Whatever your symptoms or diagnosis are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain. Not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.4, CELLLIFE.com. Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal healthcare prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified lenthologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forselllife.com. The number 4, the words sell, CELLLIFE.com. Davis-Foulks.com.
Things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Hey, yeah. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. All light. Yeah. All light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. Yeah. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. Here we go. too fast to stop to listen. It's time to step out on faith. I gotta show my face. It's been elusive for so long. Freedom is mine today. Step out on faith. It's time to show my face. Procrastination had me down. Look what I have found. I found strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom inside of me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I close my eyes and I think of all the things that I want to see. 'Cause I know now that I've opened up my heart, I know that anything I want can be. So let it 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 be. Strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me, yeah, all along. Now every day I pray for strength, courage, and wisdom to find, strength, courage, and wisdom inside of me. Yeah, yeah. I found it in me. I found it finally, and I shower to keep it. So I say thank you. I found it. I found it.
Several years ago, when I took a 7-day tour on the QE2, I ascertained that, first of all, that the ship was going where I wanted to go. Some people don't know where they're going. You have no business on a ship not knowing where it's going. Jesus knew where he wanted to go. He said to the disciples, "Let us pass over to the other side." And then he committed himself to that state of mind. The state of mind is the ship that takes you over to the other side. It's said that the ship brought Jesus into his own city. In this case, it meant it brought him into the manifestation of the good that he desired. That is your own city, where you would like to be, the good that you would like to express. But you must make a commitment. Now, here's the beautiful thing about commitment. Whatever you give yourself up to gives itself to you according to its nature. Wow. I'm going to have you repeat it after me in the first person. Whatever I give myself up to gives itself to me according to its nature. You see, you're knowing what to do now to get where you want to go. Get on the ship. Get in the ship. Get in the state of mind. Give yourself up to it. Once I ascertained that the QE2 was going where I wanted to go, all I had to do was get on. I didn't have to worry about how. Regardless of how the waters changed, I didn't have to worry about how. All I had to do was to be sure what? That I was in the ship. All you have to be certain of to get where you want to go in life is to be sure that you're in the state of mind, that you are committed. See, and once you get in the ship, once you get in that state of mind, you are committed. You can't have one foot in the ship and one on the shore. See, some people are like that, and they want to know, well, why don't I get my prayers answered? If you have one foot in the ship and one foot on the shore, when the ship moves, something's going to happen. You're going to fall one way or the other, or maybe both ways. It is the energy of the mind, self-consciousness, that is given up in commitment. In this particular class, I demanded a greater degree of commitment than I had ever commanded before. So I did it for a reason. You had to pay your money and pay it all first. So you had to decide whether or not you wanted my stuff. You had to decide whether or not you wanted good health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, infinite money, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and divine intelligence. And so I demanded that you commit yourself totally first. Because in a few moments I want to tell you something about uncommitted people. It is hell trying to deal with uncommitted people. In the church, on the job, anywhere, in anything. If you don't think that it is hell trying to help uncommitted people, ask Moses. After 40 years in the wilderness and getting right to the brink of the promised land, he missed it. Didn't get to go into the promised land because a bunch of uncommitted people aggravated the living daylights out of him. There he was trying to bring them out of the slime pits of Egypt. And before they hardly got out of Pharaoh's brickyard, some of them were murmuring and complaining. Oh, Moses, we want to go back. And every time he'd go up on the mountain to pray, and he came down with the commandments and saw them worshiping idol gods. They weren't committed. They weren't even committed to their own freedom. Now, that's another thing I want to point out to you about commitment. Your commitment, frankly, first and last, your commitment is to yourself. Ultimately, this commitment is to who? Yourself. Now, I want you to understand that. What is it that I commit myself to? Myself. It is the energy of the mind, self-consciousness, that is given up in commitment. I want you to understand that. And a quotation from Reverend Ike: consciousness is the only thing that is anything, becomes anything, does anything, or has anything. Now, when I say consciousness, again, that's synonymous with the energy of the mind. In physics, they teach us that everything is energy in form. In metaphysics, we understand that energy is consciousness, and that consciousness is the only thing that is anything, becomes anything, does anything, or has anything. Consciousness is the ship that you get into that takes you over to the manifestation of the good that you desire. Now, I want you to notice that there's another word that keeps coming up with commitment, and it's the word giving, being given. Commitment is the state of being given up. You see, because giving is the guarantor of receiving. Say that. Giving is the guarantor of receiving. Whatever you give yourself up to gives itself to you according to its nature. Now, it's good to learn how to work with this. Giving is the guarantor. What is a guarantor? That which guarantees. Giving is the guarantor of receiving. This is why Jesus said it is better to give than to receive. Because giving is the cause, the producer, the God of receiving. You give your commitment, and whatever you give your commitment to gives itself to you. Wow. You want to be something, you want to do something, you want to have something, give up, commit all of the energy of your mind to that idea. The beautiful Christian hymn says it this way in a question: is your all on the altar of sacrifice laid? Your heart does the Spirit control? I was born in a situation of poverty, and when I looked around and discovered that that was the case, I committed myself to get out. Now, some of you may not be as honest about this as I am, but I'm absolutely honest. You see, that's another thing, to make a commitment, you got to be, and to get somewhere, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to admit to yourself what you want. You know what I wanted with a burning desire? When I found that I was poor, I wanted to be rich. I did. And I always thought that I should be. I never accepted what I didn't want, even when apparently I didn't have it, and I committed myself to that idea. It's just like the little lady with the issue of blood. There's a good example of commitment. She said within herself, if I may but touch the hem of his garment, I shall be made whole. And I'm going to do whatever I need to do to touch the hem of his garment. And even before that, the Bible said that she had spent all that she had with various physicians. In other words, she gave everything that she had to the idea, I shall be made whole. Let's hear that. I shall be made whole. Nothing halfway about that. Let's say it again. I shall be made whole. You see, even before she met Jesus, she had that commitment. She was doing everything for those 12 years. She was doing everything she knew how to do. She was putting all of her energy. That's the money. Again, let me tell you, over and over and over and over again, money is the energy of the mind. Let's hear it. Money is the energy of the mind. Now, the millions of dollars are simply a form of the energy of the mind. Everything is a form of the energy of the mind. In metaphysics, in physics, everything is energy in form. So she'd been giving her money. She gave everything until she had no more. And then she met Jesus. Now this tells us something, that if you give your total and entire and undivided commitment to the good that you desire to be, to do, and to have, you will be led across a bridge of incident to bring you to the good that you desire. You will meet Jesus. And when you meet Jesus, God in us, then you'll say, this is who and what I've been looking for. Let me tell you something which I believe. If that woman had not been doing everything that she could do, if she had not been totally committed to being made whole all of that time before she met the Master Jesus, I don't think she would have been in the frame of mind to avail herself of his ministry. Say to yourself, I got to get committed.
I've got to get committed.
Say it again.
I've got to get committed.
Say it again.
I've got to get committed.
Somebody asked a high jumper one day, how do you jump over that? He said, well, you just throw your heart over the bar and your behind will follow. But first of all, you do what? You throw your mind or your heart over the bar. What is that again? That's commitment. Throw your heart over. Throw your mind over. Once you get your mind over, your mind will bring your behind over. God has already told you in that allegory with the conversation between God and Moses. He says, Moses, I'm going to pass by, but you're not going to see my behind. You will see my hinder parts. You'll see what comes behind after it comes behind. You see, you'll see it after, but not during. And then you say, oh, I see now. I cannot overstate the importance of commitment. Let me hear you say commitment. Commitment. Say it again. Commitment. Don't forget this. Now, don't go through life uncommitted or half committed or not even knowing whether you're committed. There are too many people who don't know whether they're committed or if they're committed or what they're committed to. So I'm going to give you 3 questions. Am I committed? Write the question. What am I committed to? Like the high jumper, throw your mind over the bar. Throw your heart over the bar. See, when you throw your heart over the bar, you've given your mind to that. That's a giving. When you get your mind over the bar, that's a giving. You've given the energy of your mind. Giving is the guarantor of receiving. Repeat it.
Giving is the guarantor of the receiving.
And you see, receiving is a result of giving. It is a result of commitment. And you cannot get the result unless you do what brings or produces the result. You have to deal with it.
Greetings, everyone. Are you still taking care of your human body field cellular malfunctions from an outdated healthcare system? Why not shift out of chronic disease care, stress, pharmaceuticals, vaccines, and surgery, and step up to energetics, epigenetics, and quantum health and healing with me? Step up and take control of your health journey. I offer you one free human body field voice scan from your computer or phone. Instant access to your scan results and more free quantum health information. For more details, visit ConsciousSelfCare.com. ConsciousSelf care.com, or call Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, 202-248-7749. Yes, it's time to be your own wellness doctor. What a great and divine time in history to celebrate. That's CELLABRATE. You being your own wellness doctor. April is designated as Conscious Self-Health Care and Lymphatic Cellular Wellness Month. April 30th is celebrated as Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day. Join us April 30th, our 11th anniversary Conscious Self-Health Care Panel Radio Show, broadcasting on InnerLightRadio.com. The number one enemy to the human body is not food alone, it is stress and inflammation. It's a time to shift out of chronic disease care stress and emancipate from medical mental slavery. Visit forcelllife.com, forcelllife.com. I'm Reverend Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, 202-248-7749. Take a deep lymphatic breath and relax.
Wake up. Yeah.
Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation Radio Show right here on Inner Light Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self-Health Care Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.
1999, and the illusion continues. One begs to ask, when will it end? Unnatural disasters happen seemingly every week. Train crashes, shootings, nuclear accidents. Is there any place of refuge one can flee from this insanity? Very few of mankind's creations are designed to make you feel good, unless you get pleasure from seeing the human body desecrated by guns, explosions, fights, and any other things these so-called artists create. In the name of freedom, many have used art as a means to destroy the human mind. As an excuse to continue, we hear, art reflects society. How many times has this lie been repeated? Creations are not real, they say, and yet any one of these people can call to mind images and complete scenes of horror and graphic detail. They will carry these so-called unreal creations around with them for the rest of their lives. These images are now a part of their being. In the name of recreation, these people in fact are recreating themselves and their own images. Society then reflects art. In man's decision to further separate from God, his recreation of himself leaves him in a dysfunctional state of confusion. The mind becomes a burial ground for dead waste. Isolated from the wholeness of God, earth, and his fellow brothers and sisters, this man seeks solace in activities he thinks will stimulate his mind. He then begins downloading into his brain a series of man-made creations designed to destroy it. All man-made creations originate from one of two sources, the tree of knowledge or the tree of life. One of these trees contains deadly fruit, the other, fruit of everlasting life. The one who disregards this fact recreates himself and his kind into extinction. You are reading these words on a machine created by man. As you read, you hear a voice speaking to you the words that you perceive. They make sense to you because you understand. Stand under the spelling. The words are what binds this spell to your illusion. When you hear the truth, like a memory, you recognize it, and this recognition releases you from all illusion. Many languages are brilliant in their attempt to confuse you. Con meaning against, fuse meaning together. Words in their spell-binding illusions have the power to keep man separate from God. You were born in an all-knowing state of mind. The first words spoken to you begin the spell. The words come from one of two sources, the tree of knowledge or the tree of life. In ignorance or simply lack of respect for God, many use words that confuse the minds of humans and turn them into projections of their own illusions. Because of this fact, many people grow up and blindly assume their pre-selected role under a dictatorship without even being aware of it. When asked what they are doing here on earth, most will answer with statements that do not reflect their natural God-given desires.